What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be showing you guys RotoPaX, the differences between the RotoPaX, the FuelPaX, and then we're going to show you guys how to actually install one on a Toyota Tacoma bed rack. So first, this here is the one everybody sees and it's the most common. This one is the RotoPaX. I guess the Gen 1, but they're just called the normal RotoPaX. This here is a 2-gallon water pack, and the bottom one is a fuel. So this one here is a fuel 2-gallon container. This one is primarily made for fuel. That one, the white one, is obviously for water. And the difference between the normal one and the Gen 2 is on the very bottom here. So if you guys look here, they're almost identical at the top. The only difference is the bottom. The bottom, the locking part of it locks together with another just like it. So for example, I'm going to demonstrate how these locking things on the bottom work. So you would basically line two of them up to each other just like that, and they kind of seat within each other, and then you push down and then they lock together. Okay, and they do come with these little plastic pieces that you can put on the sides, and this will lock them together, but these are super annoying to take on and off, so I don't ever use them. You just lock them like that, and then you can actually install it onto a truck like this. Okay, and then for the differences between a RotoPaX and a FuelPaX is that one is more like a normal fuel container. It is a little bit thicker than a normal one, but this one is more like a normal one, and this one is a 2.5 gallon. So with the FuelPaX line, they use half gallons, so it's 2.5, 3.5, and 4.5. And then for the RotoPaX, these are a lot sturdier. You can basically drive on this and nothing will happen to it. The fuel will be fine. No fuel will be shooting out or anything. Where with the FuelPaX, this will probably crush and spill everything. The way that RotoPaX makes these is they use a rotational molding. So the way this works is this was once a powder, and they pretty much pour the powder into a huge machine, and it rotates and it gets cooked inside an oven as it's rotating, and it melts that powder and it fills that mold, and then this is the end result. And then of course we got the nozzle up here. There's a little lock, so you push that lock and then you turn it until it's out. Okay, you pull the nozzle out, flip it around, put the cap back on, and then you just turn it, and then there is little teeth on here that correspond with the little tab, and as you can hear it, it locks itself into place, and then once you're there, you're locked in. And then on the actual nozzle here, there is a little lock that you can turn to start fueling. So you would turn that to the unlock, and then you can start pouring. And then to take it off, it's the exact same way. Push that tab, pull this off, and this is how you would store it too. You put it back in there, and then turn this back on to lock it. There you go. So these teeth, they only go in one direction. So if you don't push this, you can't take this off. This is completely locked. So now that you guys have seen the difference between a RotoPaX and a FuelPaX, by the way, the FuelPaX is a little bit cheaper, even though you do get a bigger size, but you don't get the strength of the actual RotoPaX, which is what they're known for. So we're gonna install 2 of these onto this Tacoma bed rack here. Next thing I want to talk about before we install this RotoPaX onto the truck is mounts. So if you guys see here, this is a locking pack mount and a deluxe pack mount. There is a normal one, but we prefer the deluxe one or the locking one. So we have two of them here. They are pretty much the exact same. The only difference is the square bottom and of course the lock. This lock here, it's nice if you have something that's going on the side of your vehicle. That way nobody tries to steal it. There is another mount that can actually extend this. I think it's called just the extension. So you can just take this off, you put that extension, and that allows you to put basically two RotoPaX on top of each other and then lock it down. So for this install, we're going to be using one locking mount and one deluxe mount. And the reason why we aren't going to be using two locking mounts is because we're going to lock the bottom of the two RotoPaX together. So there's no way for somebody to steal one without trying to rip the other one apart. All right, so we're going to be assembling the back plate and the mount together first before we put it on the truck. So if you see on the bottom here, it's going to have two bolts that we need to take out, and then your backing plate, you're going to take those bolts you just took out and just drop them in there. You're going to put it into the side that goes down, and the reason why it goes down is that way when you mount this to your bed rack or wherever you're mounting it, it's going to be flush. Okay, so we're going to do one at a time. Okay, you're going to do the same for the other one, and then just tighten it all the way. Okay, so once you're done, it's going to look like this. Okay, so once we have this installed, we're going to take it to the bed rack. So depending on which bed rack you have, either if it's the RCI, the up top Overland, or any other brand. So the up top Overland, this is the truss. It already has pre-cut holes for the RotoPaX. If you have an RCI one, it also will have that as well. And then next, when you're mounting it, you will need to decide if you want the RotoPaX to sit vertically or horizontally. Because if you install this the wrong way, it will not sit the correct way. So for example, I'm just gonna put 2 in just to hold this in place. If you put this piece horizontally, the RotoPaX will sit vertically. So I'm just going to show you that real quick here. So once again, you have the mount horizontally, the RotoPaX will sit vertically like that. So if you have a full height bed rack, you can definitely do it this way. Then you won't need the locking bottom. You can just use a Gen 2, which doesn't have the locking bottom. That is also actually a little bit cheaper too, if you want to do it that route. We are going to mount it this way and lock the two together. So I do need to flip that the other way. Okay. So once we have this mounted on here, it is loose, so we will be able to adjust it since we are going to be locking the two together. So don't tighten it down right now. We are going to get the other one mounted. So once you have both of them installed, if you are installing two, grab your RotoPaX and then we'll just mock them up. We're just going to lock them together first. Once it's locked, you can put in the first one, move the second one, okay, and then we'll just center it. That's about centered, and I'm using these guide holes right here to kind of guide it. And this is my center right here, which lines up with this piece. So once you have this pretty much centered or where you want it, we are going to take it back out, and then we will loosen this so that way it's out far enough to get over to these locking little knobs. So we will loosen this, we'll loosen the other one, and then we'll straighten them out, and then put it back in. Okay, and then the middle one on the deluxe free spin, so it doesn't really do anything. So you will need to tighten the outer one, and on these, it has a little. You see this little dimple on these? They also have them on the other side. So when you turn them, you heard how it locks into place onto these little knobs that they have. So once you turn that middle piece, it locks into place, and then you can tighten it down even more with the top. So once you have enough tension on it, it will lock into place. we'll grab our key. With these, the whole chamber actually comes out, okay? Just like that. Okay, we'll put that to the side. Now you can remove both of them. So like the Deluxe, the middle one free spins, it really doesn't do anything. Once you have enough tension, like I feel like that's pretty good, we will put the lock back on and lock into place, okay? Since we have a Tacoma with a bed rack that we can actually reach to the back, we won't actually need to take the FuelPaX to tighten these. So what we'll do is we'll just grab the correct size and we'll just tighten these down. Okay. So once we have this side done, we'll just repeat on the other side. All right, so once you have the mount secured to the bed rack, and then these are actually locked on to the RotoPaX. This thing is completely solid now. It's not gonna go anywhere, so you're done.